You're listening to the 88.3 FM WXUT, Toledo's only alternative radio station. It is currently 11:03 a.m. right now, and we are broadcasting from the top of Parks Tower in TOL.
EDO.
And then it's in OH.
IO.
There it is. So currently, we have a special guest today. A really first special guest. It's the first ever special guest I've ever had. Today is his birthday, turned 54. It's my special guest is my dad, Lakeith Jefferson. Let's get a round of applause to my dad real quick. Yes. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Feeling great. That's good. How's it feel to be your birthday today?
I feel good.
You feel good?
I feel real good today.
That's good. So do you want to kind of give like a introduction to yourself and just give an introduction to yourself, let anyone know.
I'm Lakeith Jefferson, married, got a wonderful son, daughter. Just glad to be up. God woke me up this morning.
Yes. I'm going to say, well, I'm excited to have you. I've been looking forward to this moment for weeks. I was about to say, so I sound more excited about this episode than the first episode. So I'm happy to have you as a guest. We're going to be talking about sports and get ready to vibe with us. And this is the Vibing with JJ show. So first off, we're going to talk about college football. And as you know, I'm an Ohio State fan. We'll talk about Ohio State later, but are you able to give like an intro, like what team you like?
Oh, I like Ohio State.
Ohio State?
Pittsburgh Steelers, for sure.
Nice. And then you don't have a basketball team, right, that you...
No, I really follow players. I like LeBron.
No, yeah. And then we'll have a discussion about LeBron and them like later on when we talk about basketball. So, the first game that I do want to talk about, which was probably like the game of the day, was that Georgia-Tennessee game. They won 44-41, and it was a close game throughout the whole game. Gunnar Stockton threw 304, 2 touchdowns, threw an average of 9.8 yards, 23-31, with a QBR of 93.1. You got Nate Frazier, 73 rushing yards, and then Colby Young was their top receiver. And then when it came to Tennessee, they didn't even play bad either. The game went either way, and either team could have won it. He had 371, 4 touchdowns, threw 2 interceptions, but he still balled out. And then you got Chris Brazil II. He also balled up with 177 receiving yards. I mean, he went crazy. With 3 touchdowns, he went crazy. So overall, it was a back-and-forth game. It was close all the way through. Either team could have won. They were both playing like really tight, and it was a really high-scoring game than what I thought. I was about to say, I know that you were there watching the whole thing. What was your reaction? What do you think was good?
I think in the beginning, Tennessee came out strong, and Georgia defense wasn't playing that hard.
Mm-hmm.
What I noticed part of the first half, Coach got mad, took the whole defense out, about the whole second string in.
Yeah,
and it seemed like once he did that, they started knocking people down.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and then when the final last minute of the game, it was super intense, and they I'm going to say run the clock down, and there was a field goal and opportunity that the kicker could have made, but he ended up missing it, and so that was so devastating. I was about to say, you hate to see when kickers miss, especially if you're a fan of each team, when your kicker misses like that, it's super devastating for you. So he was able to make the next one in overtime, but it cost him through the game. We could have been talking about Tennessee pulling off the upset in a way because they haven't beat Georgia in a while. They both teams fought hard. It was an even game overall, in my opinion. So I was about to say for Georgia, they're going to continue being good. Tennessee, they didn't move. I'm about to say when it comes to the ranking, so they're still good. They gave the Tennessee some slack because it was just a close game overall, and so I feel like they rewarded both teams really good, and they saw how hard both teams fought. So that was a good game, but I think the game of the week was between this Texas A&M Notre Dame game. Now, I didn't watch this game. I'm about to say, but I made sure to like listen to what everyone said. Make sure to keep like in touch with the highlights and stuff like that. And once watching everything and hearing anything, I think this might have been game of the week, maybe game of the year. I don't know. It might be kind of early to say, but this is really good. Marcel Reed, he had 360 with 2 touchdowns, an interception, 1 interception. I mean, 17 and 37. I mean, it's not really as efficient, but he was keeping them in the game.
Right.
And like I said, 2 touchdowns. And then Le'Veon Moss, 81 rushing yards. And then Mario Craver, he balled out. He had 7 receptions for 207 receiving yards and a touchdown. I'm about to say, that's a beastly stat. I'm about to say, it seemed like he was getting whatever he wants all over the field, and they couldn't stop him.
Right.
And then Notre Dame, they lost. They were the ones that lost, but it was still close. CJ Carr, 293, a touchdown, 20 for 32 when it comes to completions. Jeremiah Love, he was doing this thing out there. He did his best to keep him in the game. Had a touchdown. Jadarian Price was their backup, and he came in and scored 2 touchdowns. And leading receiving was Eli Randon. And also, I forgot to say, Le'Veon Moss also scored 3 touchdowns with 28 carries and 81 rushing yards. When it comes to this game, looking at the highlights and seeing everyone talk about this game, in my opinion, I feel like this game might have been better than the Tennessee and Georgia game just because, just overall, like I said, both teams were staying super close. It went back and forth. There was no team that, like, fully, like, took advantage of everything. And I just feel like you like to see games like that when they're both high scoring. Because I think at halftime, it was like 28-24, which that's a high scoring game when you see it like that. And you know it's going to be a shootout. But Texas A&M at the end of the game with like under 15 seconds to go, pulled it out on 4th and goal and scored that game-winning touchdown. That was a crazy last game. Almost last possession of the game. So it was really good to see them, how both teams did. It was a really entertaining game. Do you have any thoughts?
I feel like if Notre Dame, if they lose the next one, be 0-3 at Notre Dame, whew,
yeah.
Coach gonna be on the grill cooking.
On the cooking, yeah.
In Notre Dame, big that school is, you can't be 0-3.
Yeah.
They want to get it in.
Yeah, because I think they got moved down all the way to 24.
Whew.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so they better win their next few games. If they lose any more games, I think they won't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I was going to say, so they need to beat all their teams. They need to go on 10-game winning streak now in order to just make the playoffs in general. So,
and that's rough to win that many games in a row.
Yeah, it's not easy at all. So we'll see what they do. But Texas A&M, they look really good out that one, and that's going to carry them and then let them have a lot of momentum throughout the year. So looking forward to see how they do, and let's see if Notre Dame can bounce back and get out of the drought they have. The next game I want to talk about, we have an upset. There's 2 upsets on this weekend. The first upset was Clemson losing to Georgia Tech. Yeah, Clemson, they've really been struggling. When they were ranked number 4 at the beginning of the season, and I said my dad, he was asking me, like, the first game, when they faced LSU, I was like, who you got between Clemson and LSU? I picked Clemson to lose to LSU just because, I feel like Clemson kind of like struggled throughout the past few years, and I really haven't like trust them. And then because they haven't like done anything with the NIL, they're like one of the only teams that don't use the NIL because I feel like Clem Dabo Sweeney's like too stubborn. He doesn't want to use the NIL, but that's what you got to do.
Yeah, everybody using it. And that's the reason he's losing. You got to use the NIL.
Yeah.
Players.
Yeah. And
you got to get the NIL.
Yeah, so it really costed them, and it's costing them in the game. So in this past game, like Cade Klubnik, he had a touchdown and an interception. And then Haynes King, I was about to say, Haynes King's a dog. I was about to say 211 yards, 20 for 28. I know he had no touchdown, no interceptions, but he had 25 carries for 103 rushing yards. When you're doing that by passing the ball and rushing the ball like that, you're most likely going to win the game.
Yep.
And Clemson, they couldn't stop him. I'm about to say he was running all over the defense, and it was tough for them to stop. And I don't know. I I don't know how Clemson they with teams like Miami and I know North Carolina didn't do good, but they could upset Clemson, and then you got other teams in the ACC that could pull off some upsets. So Clemson, it's not looking good for them. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs this year.
No, I think it's a wrap for them.
I was gonna say, yeah, just how they played in the past few years. I think it's gonna be over for them this year. So in order for them to win, Dabo Swinney, he's gonna have to use the NIL in order to pick up people and do certain stuff like that. So hopefully he realize that's the best way to win. Because Clemson used to win all the time. But ever since the NIL happened, they haven't produced that much success.
Yeah, he more old school. A lot of the old school coaches, they don't like to do NIL. I think that's why Nick Saban left, because they don't want to do that NIL because it's just different.
Yeah.
But you got to change with the system.
Yeah.
A lot of older people don't want to change.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to be able to adapt.
Yeah, and I'm about to say you got usually pay a lot of money. A lot of teams like to spend a lot of money in order to keep the players, but it's basically almost turned into free agency now when it comes to college football. They're basically playing all these players in order to get on their teams, and that's how teams win. So that's basically all you gotta do. And for Clemson, they don't learn their lesson, they're just gonna get lost in the shuffle. And I don't know how much Dabo Swinney was going to want to keep doing that. So we'll see how they do. Georgia Tech looks good. I think they'll continue in their momentum. And then this past weekend, since you're both from Toledo, I want to talk about the Toledo game they just had. I was listening to the game while doing homework and stuff like that, and I wasn't paying attention. But all I kept hearing was touchdown Toledo, touchdown Toledo, touchdown Toledo. They ended up being Morgan State 60-0. 60. I've never seen them score that many points in a game. I think they might have said that was a school record.
It had to be a school record.
That had to be a school record. They basically did everything. Offense, defense, running back, receiver. It was just a total team effort. I'm about to say Tucker Gleason was super efficient, 13 for 17 with a touchdown. I'm about to say he was super efficient. And it was a whole bunch of people got to carry the football when it came to Toledo. Yeah, multiple people score, at least three. I'm going to say 3 players on the rushing department had at least a touchdown. 2 of them had 2 touchdowns. One had 1 rushing touchdown. And then you got Junior Vander Ross the third, which is their best receiver. He had only 45 yards but 2 touchdowns. So they dominated the game. It wasn't even close. Morgan State's their quarterback was 6 of 8 for 18 yards.
Ooh.
So you're not going to win if you're throwing that many yards. I'm about to say, yeah, he had 18 yards. Their rushing has 18 yards, and then leading receiver just had 21 yards.
Wow, no, you're not going to win with that.
So Toledo, they literally lock down and play good defense, and hopefully they can carry this momentum, and they can lead to being much good in the MAC and make it to the MAC championship. I'm hoping they could do that, right, so we can see them down there and win the MAC championship. Next game, when it comes to college football, I want to talk about is Ohio State and Ohio game that happened. Going on early in this game, I was kind of keeping track of the scores and stuff like that. And at first, it was looking kind of concerning because at one point, it was a 4-point game between Ohio State and Ohio. And so I was seeing that, and I was like, I don't really like how this is going and stuff like that. But as the game went on, I feel like that they locked down and did better on defense. I mean, they only allowed Ohio to score 9 points, which Ohio State defense, coming into the year, I didn't know how they were going to do, but they've been really good. I think the most they've allowed out of the 3 games is just the 9 points to Ohio. So they're super good on defense. Yeah. So Julian Sayin, he's super good. He's leading the nation in completion percentage with 79%, which that's super good. Bo Jackson, who's been coming out alive for the past 2 games, he had 9 rushes for 109 yards. And then Jeremiah Smith, he had 9 receptions, 153 yards, and a touchdown. Man. Like I was saying I said last week that if Jeremiah Smith, they let freshmen come out the draft during their freshman year, he would have been a top 5 pick this past
he'd
year.
have been a number 1 pick, I think.
Because he has the body, he has the height, he has the size of a wide receiver. He's like 6'3", 220 pounds, 6'2", 6'3", 220 pounds. And so I feel like he's going to be the first overall pick when he gets drafted, in my opinion. People are comparing him. He has like the body type and overall ability of like Jerry Rice, Julio Jones, and all those players.
Yeah.
So I think, and then overall, when he gets done, I feel like he's going to retire. Not retire. I keep saying retire. He's going to come out as the greatest wide receiver in Ohio State history because he already had a national championship. He had all those 1,000. He had 1,000 yards in his true freshman season. I never seen anyone do that before, besides Ryan Williams on Alabama. So I feel like he's just overall the best college football player in the nation right now. And Ohio State, offensively, defensively, I feel they're solid on both sides. And I'm looking to see how they do these next few weeks when it comes to Big Ten play. They face Washington. They're on the bye this week, but they face Washington the following week in Washington. So it'll be kind of like a little like test because Washington environment is super good. So if they can ball out, I feel pretty much better about them for this year. And it all comes down to them facing Michigan. Well, them facing Penn State, but them facing Michigan. We got to beat Michigan. We lost 4 times in a row.
Got to beat them. And
last year was probably like the worst because they kept on trying to run the ball, even though their best thing is passing the ball. It's because Ryan Day wanted to, quote unquote, prove a point. And so I don't know why he didn't want to do that. So he's got to change it up. That's all it comes down to me and Michigan. If they can beat Michigan, then I feel that solidifies the national championship for this year.
I hate when teams, if they known for passing, then we get down to the championship, they want to run.
Yeah.
All season. No, why you want to run, officer? Pass the ball.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate that stuff too. So hopefully they can fix that and improve the season. Those are some of the games I wanted to recap. College football predictions I have. I'm about to say we can go through this like real quick, and I can ask you. Number 17, Texas Tech. Number 16, Utah. I believe they're both evenly matched, to be honest. I'm going to say they're in the same ranking.
I think Texas Tech will win that one.
Texas Tech?
Yeah.
I think I got Utah. I think I got Utah winning. I was about to say, since they're at home, they have an advantage on that. I got Utah winning. Auburn faces Oklahoma this weekend. I got Oklahoma winning.
Yeah. Because
their quarterback, John Mateer, I was about to say, he's super good. He was running all over Michigan last week and throwing the ball. I think he's the best quarterback in college football right now.
Better than Ohio State quarterback?
In my opinion, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, because I feel like he can run with the football and pass. So I feel like he has the total package when it comes to
Ohio State quarterback don't run like that. So
yeah, not really. I mean, he's a good passer, but he doesn't really run. I mean, I think he could run if he wanted to, but Julian's saying he doesn't really run like that. And then the next game is Michigan versus Nebraska. Now, I feel like Nebraska, even though they're not ranked, I feel like they have a good chance because they have Dylan Raiola. He's basically like a clone of Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
That one, because he has a haircut, the whole arm sleeves, the whole everything like Patrick Mahomes.
Is it in Michigan or is that?
Is that Nebraska?
Is that Nebraska?
Yeah, and Bryce Underwood. Yeah, and Bryce Underwood. This is true freshman year, so I think Michigan will win that, but I won't be surprised if Nebraska wins that game because they're an underrated team in my opinion. And then some other games, Illinois face Indiana. Illinois is ranked number 9, Indiana number 19. I think I got Indiana when being Illinois.
Yeah, I can see that.
And because they're at home, even though Illinois, they've been playing really good, I got them winning almost this weekend. And then when it comes to the last game, Michigan State versus USC, I got USC being Michigan State.
Yeah.
So those are all the predictions. Those are everything regarding college football. And if you want to call on air or say anything real quick, the phone number is 419-530-4885. 4455. Again, if you want to come and talk to the studio, the number is 409 530 4455. So yeah, that's the number. And then that was good college football talk. Now we can talk about NFL action that happened. There's some good games, some crazy games that took place, and a lot of teams that I feel like can like take away or improve this upcoming season and can learn from this upcoming week. So the first game, I'll go kind of like from order, from like what time it took place. The first game I want to talk about is the Commanders and Packers game. The 18-27. It was kind of, I'm about to say, it wasn't even close throughout the game. The Packers dominated the whole entire game. They couldn't really do anything at all. I mean, Jane Daniels, he threw 24-42, 2 touchdowns, 200 yards, but it wasn't really close. Micah Parsons, ever since they got Micah Parsons, that's just basically changed their whole defense overall.
Yeah, they all got his mindset because everybody running to the ball. It seemed like once he came there, the intensity just ratcheted up.
Yeah.
Everybody just running to the ball. They just like savages. Since he got there, it changed their whole mentality.
Yeah, basically. So, and then when you just focus on Micah, that like frees everyone else up on defense. And so you got Van Ness out there. You got Rashawn Gary out there. You got Xavier McKinney out there. So they all able to do their job and be one-on-one since they're all focused on Micah Parsons. So I think that with how they played, the Packers almost look like the best team in the league, basically, over the Eagles and over the Bills.
I don't know.
Not the Bills?
Think the Packers better than the Eagles? Ooh, I don't
know. With how they play, they look like it.
That'd be a good game.
That would be a good game. I don't know if they faced each other this year, but they might. I'll have to see. Actually, no, I think they do play this year. Yeah, they do play this year.
I don't know about that. I think that's good. I don't know who I'll pick on that one.
I was going to say, I can see them making the championship this year. The NFC championship and going from there. Next game, I guess we could talk about, both of us are Steelers fans, so I guess we can talk about this game, sadly. Seahawks come all the way, 31-17. Sam Darnold, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, had 295 on the game. Kevin Walker, the third, 105, 13 carries for 105 yards and a touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 8 receptions for 103 yards. And Cooper Kupp, 7 receptions for 90 yards. And Torrey Hortland came up with a touchdown, and so as well as A.J. Barner.
Torrey, who was that?
That was the wide receiver.
I know,
but yeah, I'm gonna say they killed us. And then Aaron Rodgers, 203, 18 for 33, 1 rushing yard, 2 interceptions. I guess Jalen Warren had 14 rushes for 48 yards. Jalen Warren was also our leading rusher because of that long passing yard game that he had. And basically that game, the Steelers, they struggled when it comes to protecting the ball, protecting Aaron Rodgers, because I feel like if you don't give him enough time, he's going to take a bunch of sacks, and you can't afford him getting sacked all the time and stuff like that, where I feel like he could get injured.
Yeah, and our defense, man, I might have to come out of retirement and suit up or something. I don't know. We gotta stop that middle because everybody running straight down the middle on us, downhill.
Yeah, and I feel like, I know that we've been like injured still, but still you gotta find ways to come up the middle. Cam Hayward, he said he want to get paid all that money, but we haven't been able to stop the run. And then TJ Watt was talking about getting the money, but he hasn't really gotten. I know he got like double team and triple team a lot, but I feel like they need to make more of an impact when it comes to rushing the football and getting to the quarterback. Because there's a lot of times where Sam Darnold didn't get pressured at all. He had all the time in the world to throw it. So, he had 2 interceptions, but it didn't really translate to anything that much. So hopefully they can find something and find someone to. Hopefully the defense plays better and they can step up, because if they can, I feel like they'll be much better.
I just think we got to get healthy too. A lot of players went down that game. Patrick Queen, Highsmith, but hopefully they get back healthy and we can start
like doing something on defense. So yeah, and then Harmon, I was about to say he's still out. They said that Mike Tomlin said that he's questionable at best when it comes to this weekend, but I think he's probably still gonna be out for he's probably going to play like after our bye week, if I had to say, because we face the Patriots and then face the Vikings, and then we get a bye, and then we face the I think Bengals or Browns, one of those. So I feel like he's going to come back for that game, but Seahawks look really good. They were dissecting, they were putting pressure on Aaron Rodgers. They were getting to him. They were running the ball, passing the ball. That middle was always like open for Jackson Smith-Njigba, and they took advantage of it, and they couldn't stop him. And even with Jalen Ramsey doing super good, that was a good signing for us. We just couldn't do anything, and that cost us in the game. So hopefully we can do better this upcoming week. The next game that I do want to talk about is the Bengals and Vikings game. I want to talk about that because Joe Burrow, he's going to be out for the next 3 months due to turf toe. He's got to get surgery on it. And they won this past weekend. I think I just said Vikings, Bengals. I mean, the Jaguars and Bengals played this past weekend. Sorry about that. The Bengals pulled it out even with Joe Burrow going down early in the game. Jake Browning stepped in and he had a kind of shaky game. I mean, he came in and stuff like that and provided like some offense, but 3 interceptions, that's kind of not what you want to see. Oh, wait a minute. I think we have a caller. Give me 1 second. Looks like we do have a caller. Let me pick this up real quick. Hello, caller. You're on the line.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I wanted to say, who they and the Bengals gonna shock the world. We're going to the playoffs. Who they?
Boo. I had to hang up on that one because boo. No, that was my mom. She just called in. But yeah, when it comes to the Bengals and Joe Burrow getting injured, my mom was saying and my sister was saying, and people were saying like how he gets injured and like you just gotta basically expect that from him now, with him like getting injured all the time and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he can do. I feel like my mom was saying like when he steps in the pocket, he goes closer to the line, but I feel like just they don't protect him. No, that's just my opinion when it comes to them. And then their defense, I mean, they got Trey Hendrickson, but they don't stop nobody and stuff. And so, and then of course they have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Chase Brown's pretty good. But in my opinion, I feel like there's a lot of times where Joe Burrow doesn't get protected that much.
Because it's almost like they paid all the money for the offense, but
yeah,
the line and the defense, I don't understand how you have that good of offense, but your line ain't good.
Yeah, I think the owner is just because he's like really cheap and doesn't really want to like spend that much money and stuff. So
they're going to have to make a decision now because Burrow is hurt every year. They paid him all that money.
Yeah.
They want to keep with him, or I mean, they're going to make a decision because if he get hurt every year, it's just they can't do nothing.
Yeah, and I'm about to say it's like the fourth signature injury that he's had, I'm about to say, throughout his career. So I don't know if he's going to have to change his way or they're going to have to fix the way they play, but that's big for the Bengals. And then on the Jaguars side, they were in and they real life should have won this game, but they couldn't capitalize at all. Brian Thomas Jr. kept on dropping the ball, and Trevor Lawrence had 2 interceptions. I know he had 3 touchdowns, but those 2 interceptions cost them. And I'm going to say they struggled to capitalize and stuff like that. Real life, they probably should have won the game, but they didn't make enough plays in order to win the game, basically. So, I don't know. It'll hopefully they'll learn from that and be better. But we'll see how the Bengals go on from here. They're going to be out with Joe Burrow for the next 3 months, so we'll see how Browning does in the meantime.
It's going to be bad.
Yeah, it's going to be really bad. The next game I do want to talk about is the Giants and Cowboys game. That was more surprising of a game than I ever thought. I never thought that would be the game of the week. 37-40, the Cowboys beat the Giants. Russell Wilson had 450 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. That's the most passing yards he's ever thrown in his career.
Right.
And Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson. Malik Neighbors had 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Wan'Dale Robinson had 142 for a touchdown. And then Dak Prescott, threw for 3 61, 2 touchdowns. CD Lamb had 112. Didn't score a touchdown. George Pickens had a touchdown. And then Javonte Williams had 97 yards and a touchdown. I really think the Cowboys got lucky, in my opinion. They shouldn't have not won that game. The Giants should have won that game, in my opinion, especially because Russ, he balled out. I mean, there was that one interception that he threw, and then that one on pass that like went backwards. That basically he tried releasing the ball, but somehow it went backwards, I guess. So I don't know how that happened, what he was doing, but that cost them. But I feel like the Giants should have won that game, but they got Brandon Aubrey. Him and Chris Boswell were two best kickers in the league, in my opinion. And Cowboys, I feel like they got lucky. I was kind of rooting for them to lose. I could see Jerry Jones look all sick and stuff like that, just to troll. So Cowboys struggled. I'm about to say Cowboys kept it close. And if you're a Cowboys fan, no, you won the game, but you don't want to really have a close game this high scoring against the Giants. Now I bet Jerry Jones is regretting training Micah Parsons because he wanted to quote unquote stop the run, which makes no sense.
Not at all. I don't understand that.
I don't know. It's weird, and he's trying to treat it like it's the Herschel Walker trade and they'll lead to success in the future.
Right. He gonna get more players.
Yeah. So I don't think that's possible. If that does happen for someone, then he's a crazy, crazy man. I'll just say that. But Cowboys beat the Giants, and which I feel like it should be anyway. I feel like the Giants should have won. And then I got 3 more games I want to talk about. The Lions bounced back and put BTA and destroy the Bears 52-21. Jared Goff had 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. In total, the Lions had more than 500 yards in total for the game.
I think they're trying to make a point because Ben Johnson was coming back. They was making a point.
Oh yeah, I was going to say they destroyed them, and the defense, which the Bears are supposed to have a good defense, is not good. They lost Jalen Johnson, which is their best cornerback, and he's potentially saying that he might be out for the season. So that's going to make the Bears defense worse. And I guess you can say the Lions, people are like, I don't know about the Lions. It's about to be the same old Lions. They're not about to be good. They have the whole team. I know they lost Ben Johnson and Eric Glenn last year, but they basically have the whole same team back. So I feel like they're still going to do good.
Yeah.
And with everyone there, and as long as Dan Campbell is still there and still fighting, they're going to keep going and keep pursuing and stuff. So I knew the Lions were going to be good. And then as for the Bears, they're 0-2, and they both lost both games in their own division. First to the Vikings, then to the Lions. And so it's not looking too good for them right now. I guess they're trying to still figure out with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams right now, overall, when it comes to those two and everything like that. But first 2 games, it's not looked good. I mean, not saying Caleb Williams had played absolutely terrible. I'm not going to say that, but there's still feels like there needs to be a lot of work with them.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be great, but it just all these different coaches, coordinators, he just ain't got comfortable. But I don't know, they 0-2 in that division.
Yeah. So I feel like he just needs to play better, and offensive line needs to protect him more and do better when it comes to all that. So Lions did what they did, and the Bears just gotta fix their problems. Next 2 games I want to talk about. The next game is the Eagles and Chiefs game. That was a low-scoring, close game. 20-17. Both defenses played good, but the offenses didn't really impress you on both sides. Not like either of them looked super dominant. Both teams did what they can, and both of them were just playing just to see who win. And just overall, when it comes to stats, the stats may not be as impressive. For the Eagles, they got through this game. They were able to put more pressure on Patrick Mahomes with Jalen Curran not spit on anyone this time. And just overall, the defense playing well, and the offense did what they had to do. And then when it comes to the Chiefs, they're too injured right now. Travis Kelce, he has 61 yards, but it's not really affecting the game as much as he needs to.
Getting older, man. He not like he was. He's still good, but
yeah,
it's just not. He's just not good like he was.
Yeah. So, and then they still don't have Rasheed Rice and Xavier Worthy's injured. So they just got Juju Smith-Schuster and Hollywood Brown, which those aren't number one option receivers. They're more like third option receivers. So, it's just tough for them right now. And we'll see where they go from there.
I think the Eagles. Think about the Eagles, man. Jalen Hurts. He not gonna wow you with the stats, but he just win.
Yeah.
You know, he not gonna have 300 yards again. I mean, he could.
Yeah.
But you know, he gonna 150 yards, rush for 40, 2 touchdowns. That's just what he do.
Yeah. So I feel like they'll. I'm gonna say be better. I'm gonna say the Chiefs once they get everyone healthy. I feel like they'll be better. You still can't count out the Chiefs. Regarding nothing.
I don't know. I'm
sound-
kind of counting them out.
You counting them out?
Too.
I can't count them out because they got Patrick Mahomes.
I know, but you think they're going to win like 8 games in a row?
They could.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna say you don't think so.
No.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes, they got the magic behind. I feel like they can. I feel like they could just go crazy and just do something.
But they not the same, man. They know, everybody know now. If you start smacking him around, he just. They used to be, Kansas City used to be kind of scared of him. Now they not scared of him. They already know you go in there, get physical with him.
Yeah.
You don't run around. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see though. I think the dynasty is over.
Yeah. I was gonna say if they lose to the Giants on Sunday, then I think it's gonna be over for them. So we'll see how they do.
Taylor Swift not even coming to the games no more. They go 1-3. They're not gonna show Taylor Swift no more.
Yeah, I was about to say she's not gonna be there anymore. With the Falcons and Vikings, I won't get into it that much, but I'll just say that JJ McCarthy, he said he was injured, and so Carson Wentz is going to start, and that's such a weird matchup because the Vikings play the Bengals, and it's their backups playing Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz. That's a weird matchup.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was the backup on the Chiefs, but he didn't look good at the end of the year when they faced the Bengals. I feel like they're trying to lose on purpose.
I don't know. I might not even watch that game. I don't know.
I don't know. You know, my mom and dad, my sister are going to watch it.
I don't think they watching it either.
They're not watching it?
Nah, they ain't going to watch that game.
I mean, it's
No, they watch. I'm just.
I was about to say, they're going to watch it. And then last game, I'm about to say that I want to talk about the past weekend because it's been super toxic. The Patriots and Dolphins game. The reason I'm talking about it is more of kind of the Dolphins. It's super toxic with them right now. Everything from the offense, defense, players throwing shots back and forth. It's just too toxic with them right now.
He's going to get fired. The coach is going to get fired, I think.
Yeah, and so it's not looking good for them, especially right now. And
they got Buffalo Thursday night.
Yeah.
So that's another loss.
That's probably another loss in my opinion because they're trying to do that. I was about to say, and Tua sent a shot at Tyreek this past, what day was it? I think it was either yesterday or it was either yesterday or Monday. But he was saying when it comes to us throwing a shot to Tyreek, saying when I throw the ball, I'm about to say you got to fall where I throw it or something like that.
Oh man, I ain't hear that.
Yeah, so he said something like that. But if people were fall where you throw, but you're throwing interceptions and stuff like that. So it's
yeah, that's toxic.
And the coach, I was about to say, Mike McDaniel, he's not really helping because I feel like he's more a coach that wants to be your friend than being the coach.
Right.
And so I don't know.
He on the sideline with the cool shades and the Jordan zone. I'm like,
yeah. So it's I don't know. It's not. Dolphins, they get blown out, destroyed by the Bills. It's over. They are going to. It's already looking over now. If they get blown or something by the Bills, it's officially cooked for them.
I don't even think the coach gonna make it the whole season. Really, I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So with that, we can talk about the games this weekend. Bills, Dolphins. I got Bills winning that. Dolphins
Bills,
winning that. Some other games. Bengals, Vikings. That's going to be a weird game. I don't know that. I'm a question mark when it comes to that game.
That game, I'm gonna say Bengals. Only be I don't know. I don't know. I ain't seen Carson Wentz in a while. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, and then Eagles Rams. I got the Eagles. Even though the Rams have been playing good, I got the Eagles still probably winning that.
Yeah,
I can see the Rams.
I can see
winning
Eagles
it.
winning it. Yeah.
And then Broncos Chargers. I feel like the Chargers. I got the Chargers winning. The Broncos just lost to the Colts. Even though the Colts, I feel like Daniel Jones is gonna have a breakout season, just like how Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, and Baker Mayfield had.
You think Daniel Jones is? You think he that dude like that?
I think he's gonna have a
They call him
breakout
Danny
season.
Dimes, but I don't know, man.
I feel like the offense from having Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman Jr., and Ty Warren, all the dudes on offense, then you got John. I feel like all the dudes on offense is going to help. Plus, he has a good offensive line. I think he's going to have a good season like how they had it.
We'll see.
And then the defense is solid. So I feel like they could do that, in my opinion. But Broncos, Chargers, I feel like Chargers. I got the Chargers winning. I'm about to say they're good at rushing the ball and playing good defense, and they're up there for like one of the better teams in the AFC. So I got the Chargers beating the Broncos.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, the Chargers. I'll go with the Chargers on that one.
Chiefs face the Giants. Chiefs, I'm picking the Chiefs to win, but I can see the Giants doing the upset with how sloppy the Chiefs are look.
Is it in Kansas City or New York?
It's in New York.
Ooh,
I was going to say, I feel like that might be like a sloppy game because I don't
upset
know.
alert. I'm going with the Giants.
Yeah.
GG, man.
You going with the
I'm
Giants?
going with the Giants.
Okay.
If Russell throw like he did 400.
Well, yeah, if he throws like he did, then yeah, I think he'll probably win.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, our game, CSP, of course, we're both going with us, but if we looked how we looked on Sunday, it's not going to look good for us.
Yeah, I might have put a pass out the box and line up with TJ Watt. And, I'm going to get out there, man. Come out of retirement.
Yeah, yeah. And then the last game, it's pretty tough to do. The Lions face the Ravens on Monday Night Football.
Ooh. That's going to be good.
I'm kind of.
It's in Detroit or Baltimore?
It's in Baltimore. In my opinion, I'm kind of rooting for the Lions because they're close to us. And every time Detroit does good, I like seeing that. But in my opinion, even though I want the Lions to win, I think the Ravens are probably going to pull it out, in my opinion.
I think so, yeah.
Just because Lamar Jackson's too good. And
That's Monday night prime time? Oh, yeah. Lamar.
Yeah, and then you got him and Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers and all of them in the mix. Yeah, so I got them winning that game.
But definitely Kansas City losing.
You think so?
0-3.
0-3?
0-3.
No.
Heard
Okay.
it first. It will be 0-3.
Dang, 0-3. That's
You
crazy.
won't hear nobody say Chiefs. No.
You won't see more Taylor Swift one more game, more money now since they're losing. So, but we're going to take a little short break real quick, and we'll get right back to talking about basketball talk. We'll be right back. We are back on the Vibing with JJ show. So currently, we're going to talk about basketball talk, and when it comes to basketball talk, we're going to be talking about the mix of different stuff. I mean, there's not really anything like popular like basketball season going on. I know like next few weeks is going to be preseason games and media day when it comes to basketball and NBA, but I guess we'll talk about basketball. I'm about to say basketball, and I'm going to say, my dad, you were saying that LeBron is your favorite player of all time. If you had to pick a player of all time that you like the most.
Me, myself, I like Shaq.
Shaq? Okay.
But I'm not saying he's the greatest. To me, I like Shaq. But I said the greatest player of all time to me, it's hard to go with Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan, he the greatest of all
I
time.
agree. I
And
just
think
basically
and number two,
is LeBron.
I don't.
It's not
Can't
LeBron?
about Kobe though. I don't.
I'm about to say Kobe's good, but I think LeBron's better than Kobe.
Yeah. I say Jordan, LeBron. Who number three?
Probably Kareem.
Kareem.
Because he has like 6 MVPs and like 5 championships.
See, that's another thing. When you talk about champions, a lot of people don't put Bill Russell. But if you going, that's the thing. If you going on rings, how many rings Bill Russell got?
Like 11.
See, that's it. But then you can't go with that because Robert Horry got like 7. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But I used to love Shaq, man.
Yeah.
Unstoppable force.
Yeah, I was about to say anyone that's like big or played basketball, they're instantly compared to Shaq just because of how dominant he was. And Shaq's one of my favorite players of all time. Like I said last week, my favorite player is Kobe. I'm about to say, and that's the reason I'm a Lakers fan till this day. Even when we were bad, I still been a Lakers fan because of Kobe. Um, and then when it comes to the GOAT debate, to be honest, to make it fair, I just say that they're tied as of right now. But probably when LeBron retires, I'll say LeBron is probably the GOAT in my opinion. But right now, I just got them as tied.
Only thing about Jordan is different from LeBron. When Jordan when he got to the dance, he didn't lose at all. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's what I think. That's what makes difference from Jordan and LeBron. When Jordan got to they didn't lose. LeBron, he lost some, but first for a long time I said it was Jordan, but since LeBron is still playing at like a high level, he's still like a top 10 player. I guess I said that. I'm about to say they're tied right now, but I think eventually when he retires, I'll call him the GOAT probably. And then when it comes to who I think will win the championship this year, there's a lot of good teams. I mean, obviously, Oklahoma City, they just won the championship this past year. I could see them repeating as champions because everyone's so deep on their team, and they they have one of the best defenses in NBA history. And it's not just like from the eye test, all the stats are saying they have one of the best defenses of all time. You think, what about the Dallas Mavericks? Is Irving and Anthony Davis, they all healthy? Because Dallas got a bench. You don't think they're going to be up there?
No, because Kyrie Irving, he's going to be out until like March or April.
Oh, is he? Okay.
So I don't got them up there. But if they were healthy, I feel like they could do something because they got Cooper Flag, Anthony Davis, and Kyrie. So maybe the year after that, maybe they could do something. But right now, I wouldn't say them. To challenge them in the Western, then challenge the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals, I'll probably say the Nuggets because they signed a whole bunch of people and their bench is like much better than what it was last year.
Oh, okay.
So they signed a whole bunch of people, and I feel like they can be ones that could challenge the Thunder because they went to Game 7 this year and almost beat them, but Thunder locked them down and beat them. And then
how do you think Kevin Durant gonna do out in Houston?
I feel like he'll do fine because everyone else is like all like plays defense. I mean, you got Sengun. I mean, I wouldn't say he's the best defender, but he like for a big man, he like is a good passer and playmaker for his size. So I feel like they'll let Kevin Durant just do the scoring, and he might end up being the best player. I think he's the best player, but they'll probably have him do the scoring. Sengun, he can score a little bit. He'll like do like passes, big man passing, and rebound as a big man. Then the rest can play good defense when it comes to them. So I feel like the Rockets will be solid. Yeah, but so you got a bunch of good teams. You got the Thunder, the Nuggets, the Rockets, Lakers. Which I'm about to say, I feel like the Lakers will be, like I said, I think I talked about it last week, that they're going to be solid because they add more pieces like Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton and Jake Laravio, which he's a shooter, and just different pieces like that. So I feel like the Lakers should be better this year.
Look at Doncic losing that weight, man. It's gonna make a difference.
Yeah, it's gonna make
mainly on his defense because he was, even with the weight he'll give you 35, but it's just defensively he wasn't that great. But I think that's gonna make a difference.
Yeah, I'm about to say we don't know how like the Spurs going to do because you got Victor Wembanyama and he's of freak of nature, and you got other teams the Clippers, which all the people on the Clippers are old. You got Chris Paul, he's like almost 40. You got Kawhi Leonard, he's like basically like close to like 35. James Harden's 35. Yeah. Brady Bill's like 30 something. Brook Lopez like 30 something. People call them the Unction. They call their team the Unction because they got all those old people. They're the oldest team in NBA history.
I might as well go on that team. Might as well. They got them old
you
people.
might as well be on that team.
Come off the bench. I'll give you about 4 points.
I'm about to say, you might as well. Hey, that'll help out. So yeah, how about to say those are the teams. And then coming out east, I feel like I got due to so many injuries, Jason Tatum's injured for the Celtics. Tyrese Halliburton's injured for the Pacers. And then you got Giannis. I'm about to say he's still there, but I'm about to say they don't have Damian Lillard.
Now is Giannis leaving? I know he was talking about being traded.
He's staying on the Bucks.
He's staying?
Yeah, they revamped their team, but I feel like they're still there. But I feel like just overall, just because Knicks have like the best complete team. I feel like the Knicks can make it Eastern Conference Finals, but
I think Detroit, man. If Detroit they got them young players. They almost up there, man. You know what I'm saying? They doing good. They need,
another ball handler or score like that. Because Detroit's good. I was about to say they're making a run last year, but yeah, they just need someone else, more offense on their side, just besides Cade Cunningham and stuff. So, but overall, if I had to make a prediction, I'll pick Knicks and Thunder to make the championship. I have Thunder repeating, even though every year said like this team's going to be a dynasty and so and so. It's been a different champion for like the past like close to 6-7 years almost.
right.
So we'll see how it takes place and everything, and then I think that's basically it. Do you have anything else that you want to say?
No, it's my birthday. Woohoo!
Woo! And I almost forgot to say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
son.
You're welcome. And then, as always, to finish off, got the dad joke of the day. So it goes like this: if athletes get athlete's foot, what do astronauts get? Mistletoe. This is the Vibing with JJ Pod show, and have a good day.